We have reached almost the final of the Colin the Caterpillar cake-off.
Okay, here we go.
So go with number one
Go with
first.
number one. Here we go. Looks nice from what I can see.
Yeah. Now remember, we are looking for taste, mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get appearance because they've been hacked to pieces by someone with what can only be described as a blunt knife. Many don't understand how important this is. The general wider media don't understand how important this is to the people.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to play catch up on this one, again. I like the shade of the colours.
Yeah.
I like the mixture of the cream. What is it, the chocolate cream? How would you describe that?
That would be either a buttercream or a ganache. It's probably a buttercream.
Okay. I mean, it's great. It's over sweet. It's much sweeter. It's a little bit less. I wouldn't want it next to me in the trenches. Mm-hmm. It's a little more willowy.
And this year's winner of the Great Caterpillar Cake-Off of 2024 is none other than...
Our next guest is the son of Sir Terry turned pizza professional, podcaster and presenter on Virgin Radio. And most important of all, his taste buds are far from duds. Fresh from the latest episode of Spooning and opening a Homeslice in Harvey Nichols, he's here to oversee the Great British Caterpillar Cake-Off. He's so good he should have his own slogan. He's marvellous, Mark Wogan!
Yeah!
Well, that was exceptional, if not a little over the top.
Yeah, I don't think you can be too over the top, can you?
I've never felt so qualified for something ever.
Right, well, what are we doing again, please?
We are deciding which is the best caterpillar cake in the country.
It is the Great British Caterpillar Cake-Off, and here we are live. We've had the audition rounds.
It was fraught out there, quite frankly.
Come on.
We had various, we took a scientific approach. So we based the scores on appearance, taste, perceived quality, composition, and mouthfeel.
Now, that's all you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, those columns, those categories, that organisation, that validation of the otherwise tin pot transistor radio stuff we get up to is all down to Mark.
Can I ask what perceived quality is?
Well, you look at it, and does it look quality?
How does it make you feel?
How does it make you feel?
Okay.
Do you
see yourself in it?
Look, for example, one of the ones that didn't make the cut was where is he now? Tesco's Slinky the Caterpillar.
Oh, I feel bad.
Well, no, listen, Slinky tasted really nice, but to be honest, his face was a bit miserable.
So, all right, your miserable face thing. Yeah. Somebody needs to talk to Tesco about that. Do they know?
I mean, Slinky needs to cheer
up.
Why
would you have a chocolate caterpillar cake with a
with a frown?
No, a reluctant expression. It's just like, oh God,
you don't look at it and go, oh, come on, Slinky, let's party.
What did Slinky want to be?
I don't know.
Clearly not a chocolate caterpillar cake.
No.
Oh, so Slinky's gone.
Slinky's gone.
Slinky's gone. Let's hear it for Slinky. Oh, come on, Slinky. Oh, bye, Slinky. Keep the door open for this one. I think we're going to be coming back to you quite a few times. Yes. Next.
So, and then the next that didn't make it, and I know you went to great effort.
Not Letty.
Letty didn't make it.
No.
It was deemed across the board as a little on the claggy side.
Claggy?
A little bit claggy.
Really?
Which is not what you want from a caterpillar. A claggy caterpillar.
Maybe that was my fault. Maybe she got bashed up in my bag on the way here. She was a bit bashed by the time she got here. The box was bashed.
She was still smiling.
All right, smiling.
But
okay.
Claggy.
So, but not the bottom of the pile.
No, not the bottom of the pile.
All right,
no.
Let's hear for Letty. Oh, Letty. Never mind.
And, I mean, Wiggles.
Where's Wiggles from?
Wiggles is from Sainsbury's.
Wiggles from Sainsbury's. Solid.
And Wiggles was deemed to be creamy and moist, but a little too high in sugar, which, looking at that lot in there, I find strange.
Well,
they're bouncing off the walls now with the amount of sugar they've had.
Were you resetting the sugar, the pallets? What was going on with the reset?
Yes, there was resetting. We decided that tea was the best one to cleanse the palate with.
Solid, absolutely solid.
Just to show what we were doing, it was this.
Oh, good. Can I ask you about the creaminess of who was it again?
Wiggles.
I don't want my chocolate caterpillar to be at all creamy.
But you want a creme rather than a cream.
Fondant.
Yeah, sort of fondant, ganache-y type kind of vibe.
I don't want to be able to spot the join.
No.
You know, I want it. You know, like Mick Hucknall. He can slide into falsetto.
Yeah.
I want that. I don't want yodeling.
Okay, so
All right.
you want to seamlessly shift between sponge and
I don't
filling.
want to know. I want my mouth to be guessing the whole time.
Okay.
Which part of the cake is this?
Well, there is guessing coming up. But,
do we need to hear it for Cleggy or Keggy or?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, creamy. Let's hear it for Wiggles moistness.
Wiggles moistness. Go on, Jane. Yes.
And then, obviously, Co-op have Charlie.
Right. Charlie didn't make it.
Charlie didn't make
it, everyone. What is going on? What's wrong with Charlie?
Well, Charlie had a nice buttercream, but the rest of him was deemed to be a little on the dry side.
See, I want to taste Charlie. See, I want to taste the losers.
Oh, well,
You know.
go get him the losers.
I think I found my tribe. I'm with the losers. We'll do all this afterwards to see if we agree. Okay, thank you, Mark. What's next?
And then Waitrose. Now, is it Cecil or Cecil?
Cecil. Well, let's see. Yeah. So,
well, he, not unsurprisingly for Waitrose, he was deemed too rich.
Too rich? So it's not just the customers.
No.
It's not just the patrons. It's not just
Cecil
the clientele.
as well.
It's the products as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They've found their tribe, haven't they? Well, let's hear it for Cecil. Yeah, rah, 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 rah.
Rah, rah,
Bravo.
Cecil. Well done, Cecil.
So do we have a final three? Have I missed anybody out?
We do have a final
So
three.
the final, and this is a blind tasting.
It is a blind
final
tasting.
Three.
Cuthbert from Aldi, Morris from Morrisons, and Colin from M&S.
I'm so glad you're doing this because you give it so much gravity, and therein lies the irony, and hopefully some humour.
This is grave. This does have gravity.
We're blind tasting in as much as we don't have the blindfolds like you have on Spooning, your hits podcast.
Well, no, because you've got to press buttons and stuff like that.
So, but we do have the various the finalists here. We've done the 1, 2, 3. Vast, you have the same number 1 as I do, same number 2, same number 3. So obviously we'll go in order, shall we? So
Yes.
here we go.
So go with number 1
Go with
first.
number 1. Here we go. Looks nice from what I can see.
Yeah. Now remember, we are looking for taste, mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get appearance because they've been hacked to pieces by someone with what can only be described as a blunt knife.
We can see their faces. Which is the face of
Don't
our
try and
number one?
recognise the face.
No,
I know
but-
what you're doing.
But you put Slinky down at the bottom because Slinky looked miserable.
Yeah,
This
Slinky-
is-
Very
this
upset
is
with
not-
Slinky.
He was. He
This is
tasted
not
lovely.
a usual suspects 7-faced mugshot lineup, mate.
He tasted lovely, but he had a proper kapuna.
I got to tell you, this one, number 1 for me. I like the shade of the colours.
Yeah.
I like the mixture of the cream. What is it, the chocolate cream? How would you describe that?
That would be either a buttercream or a ganache. It's
All right,
probably a
ganache.
buttercream.
Okay.
in there.
I like the thickness of the shell, and I think the consistency, the taste, is great because it's it doesn't sort of surrender.
What about its sprinkles? How do you feel about its sprinkles?
Sprinkles are good. They're not overwhelming. No, they're
the
liberal,
sprinkles.
but they're tasty. They pack a punch, a bit like space dust.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that one.
You see, number
I
one.
also like the thickness of the layers of the ganache and the sponge.
Number 1 makes good use of white chocolate. Now, a lot of people are very snobbish about white chocolate.
I love white
It's not chocolate. I don't care. It tastes great.
I think that is. I mean, I don't know what the other two are like, but I can't really fault that. That would be a. I'm going to say stupidly, that's a 10.
Whoa. He's gone early with a 10.
I'm going to go for a 10.
It's very, very, very nice. Like you say, the consistency, the composition, it feels lovely in your mouth. Taste is great. It's
Right.
exactly what you want a caterpillar cake to taste like. I still want to know what it looks like. Isn't appearance one of the things that we
Yeah, but
judge
it's
it
not
on?
the main thing. Okay.
Okay.
You need to.
Look,
you need to park
they
them.
made it in here
Okay.
based on many things. In some cases, their face.
Well, it's okay.
Right? So, but it's not the most important
Yeah,
thing.
it's not Michelangelo's David. All right.
Right. So what
It's
are you
a
giving? What are you
chocolate
giving it?
caterpillar.
Taste.
It's a cut price
give me an out
discount
of
chocolate
10.
caterpillar cake.
Give me
mate.
an out of 10 on.
I'm giving
on
myself
taste.
somewhere to go,
Okay.
and I'm going 8.
8.
Okay. Right. Take a swig of tea. Here we go. Number 2.
Swig of tea, and remember, draw the air in to clear the palate.
Okay. Right. Number 2. Here we go. Bigger
right.
sprinkles. I would say that's Smartie size. I'm
Yeah.
guessing this is Colin the Caterpillar, just from
Well,
the
I mean-
single Smartie.
No, I mean, look,
Yeah.
just try and put preconception aside.
Whoa.
Huh?
Now,
How are you
for
feeling
me,
about that?
that's the shell is overwhelming the sponge. So the chocolate casing It tastes to me like it's a chocolate casing. It's a chocolate aperitif with a little bit of something on top. Doesn't suggest to me a whole cake but that's just what I'm thinking. The taste is similar to the last one, but I don't like the whole package.
Oh, you see, I quite like the thicker chocolate. Do a little bit of work to get to the sponge, and when you get to the sponge, it's not quite as sweet. It's a little bit moister. I'm going 9 for number 2.
Are you going
Aren't you a
9?
vegan?
9 for number 2. Yeah, I was going to say these.
Aren't you vegan? So and you love the chocolate.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my veganness, we're just going to park for 15 minutes while I taste cake number
Now
3.
that I pointed it out.
Yeah.
Did you remember you were vegan?
And also,
Had you forgot?
I assume that this is actual milk in the tea as well. So my veganness is having its little morning off.
His veganism
want a
has
bacon
fallen
sandwich?
off a cliff.
Can you get him a bacon sandwich for 10
Yeah.
o'clock?
Yeah.
Right, okay, here we go. Number 3.
Hold on, I didn't get your score on 2.
I'm going to go 8.
8.
By the way, thank you for pointing that out. That's
There
why
we
you're
go.
here. Mark Wogan's in the house.
I
all good.
run a tight ship, you know.
There we go. Number 3.
Number 3.
I mean, it's great. It's oversweet. It's much sweeter. It's a little bit less. I wouldn't want it next to me in the trenches. It's a little more willowy. Seriously, honestly, Mike, it's like it needs to. It doesn't seem to have the structure of the other two. So
You know what we haven't been scoring is is mouthfeel.
Well, I'm going to go. Well, I sort of did in a way. I didn't give it a number, but number 1 for me was just, solid. I mean, I gave it a 10, so I've got confirmation bias here. I'm going to give this one a 7.
Okay.
Number 3 is a 7 for me. Vassos.
I agree. Number 3 was the poorest of the 3.
Right. So we can definitely get rid of number 3.
I didn't like the outside.
So who's
I
gone?
didn't like how it felt in my
This
mouth.
is good, because then we're left with 2, aren't we?
Yep. We
We're
are
playing on the record.
We are left with 2. However,
Yeah.
given my heady position within all of this,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you're interested, but I have an opinion.
Okay, no, that's fine. But we have got rid of number 2. We don't need you for this one, Mark.
Oh, all right,
It's 2 against 1.
Fine.
What have we just got rid of?
So you just got rid of number 3, which means your trip to Aldi was pointless.
No way!
Yes. Cuthbert has gone the way of the others.
Cuthbert. So Colin's still in with the shout.
Yep.
And it's all down to Colin anyway. So
Yeah.
Colin up against
Morris from Morrisons.
Morris from Morrisons. See, now I'm split because I think I prefer Morris from Morrisons, but they dropped me from the voiceover. So what do you do with that?
You've got to stay impartial, Chris.
This could be my way back in. This could be it.
So we have reached almost the final
Yes.
of the Colin the Caterpillar
Yep.
cake-off.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And this is obviously the 2024 competition. Certain people didn't make it, like, Felix went all the way to Poundland. They don't make theirs anymore.
Well, here we go. So I have marked number 1, 10 out of 10. You have marked your
Number 2 was my top mark.
Which was what?
Was 9.
Yeah.
But retrospectively 10 because I
No,
needed
you
someone
can't
to.
retrospectively, Mark. You can't do that. So the whole point is because
Just
you didn't go for
adding
it.
one
Because
for
you
the sake of
delivered.
it.
I've given it a 10. It's in the final. It wins because you only gave your favourite a 9. That's down to you.
No. Number two's better. Number 2's better.
All right, go on. Well, you get the deciding vote. This is why you're here. You're the head judge. You're the Shirley Ballas of this moment on the radio.
Well, what I liked about number 2
Yep.
was its very similar composition to the other one. So
All exactly
the same.
Yes.
But they had a better use of white chocolate, which obviously people are divided on.
Mm-hmm.
But I like a bit of white chocolate, so I would go with number 1 as well.
He's going number 1. Come on, number 1 now. Which was number 1? Here we are. I think it's Morris from Morrisons.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Which one do you think it is?
I agree. I think number 2 is Colin and number 1 is Morrisons.
Well, you're both correct, and this year's winner of the Great Caterpillar Cake-Off of 2024 is none other than Morris from Morrisons.
Yeah, and Vassos, I'm sorry about that. I do apologise. And you're thinking, well, my vote's 1 vote and your vote's 1 vote, so that's 1-1. But I gave it a 10, you gave it a 9 because, I take the risk. This is different between you, buddy. I'm a high-risk guy. I go all in on everything. That's how I roll. But here's the thing. Even if you had given Colin a 10, I give you Morrison's £7.50 Colin the Caterpillar, £9.50.
There's
So
a lot
BFM.
more to celebrate.
Okay,
there.
that's it. We're out of time. We've got to go. We hope you enjoyed this. You probably didn't, but it doesn't matter. We've got another show tomorrow. It wasn't Mark's fault. It was mine. My show, my name above the shop, etc., etc. Mark, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Brand new
Thank you.
screening out today. Free pizzas all day at Harvey Next Fifth Floor.
hold on.
If you say Virgin Radio.
Oh, if you come in and say Virgin Radio, yes, you get a slice.
Come on. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Virgin Radio.